see, suppose you're right here in the map, and the circle pulls right here, and you're playing scrims, like it's a very stacked lobby. You see that players are fighting right in front of you, and this side, like this side is clear, but like players are also fighting in this side. So how are you gonna make this rotate?
You rotate to the clear side.
But like these players are fighting right here, and these players are fighting right here, and if they rotate like towards each other, you're gonna get centered, you're gonna get sprayed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What can do in this situation?
Uh.
Okay, so let me just tell you. So suppose you're in this spot, right? And players are fighting here and here. You can make a rotation from here because you're gonna get centered and sandwiched and spread out. You can't make rotation from here because players are already fighting here, and you have to move out. You don't have heals, you don't have good health, you don't have good mass. You just have to avoid fights. What you can do is you can go all the way here and rotate from that side where you see least amount of players into the zone. You can just chill here for a bit, loot up, and then go deeper into the zone. Okay, so this is the first aspect. Always rotate from that side, and that side is actually not the edge of the map. It's where the population of the players is at the very least. So you always have to make rotations from that side. Now let's take another example, but of a smaller circle. Suppose you're in the same place right here, and this is the circle. Okay, and it's a far circle. If you're right here and the circle is such a small circle and pulls all the way here, it's like a very far circle. So it pulls far, and let's make up the same situation. Players are stacked on the outskirts of the circle, like all the way here and all the center. This side is free, and you have to make a rotation like in outside circle right here. Players are fighting. What you're gonna do?
Going to this side.
And how would you find it that side?
How would I find it? The one that have the least amount of people.
And how will you predict that?
I guess
you don't know that players are all over on these sides and these edges. How are you gonna predict that?
Oh no.
There's a thing when the side is clear, the path will also be clear from, if this path is clear, then it means that this path has not been taken by anyone. Like if there are trees, there are bricks, and there's, a lot of stuff here, you can just calculate that this path is free. And if a path is all the way looted, then you have to guess that there might have been players that have rotated from here, and you can take a guess that this side might be populated. So always, if you see this side is free, you can easily go straight into the zone. But like you have to see if there's player nearby, and you can actually calculate that with the campus, like the degrees on the top of the screen. It shows red markers when players are around, and you can actually see where players are located. And also from this minor aspect that these sides have, like, least amount of things done. There's more trees here, there's some ammo crates, there's different things that tell you that players have been here. So these are basically the easier zones. Okay, let's just suppose now this is one zone, and then it closes to this side, this zone, and then it closes to this zone, and then it closes to this zone. And firstly, you made a rotation from here into here, and then you made a rotation all the way here, rounding this off, maybe from the dead side onto this side. Now you're placed right here, and the zone pulls right in front of you, and you see that there are players on this cliff, and you're right there in the island. So what you can do right here is you can actually rotate all the way from the sea onto this side, and then you can go straight into the circle. Now you see that you're placed on the edge of the circle, and you have actually wasted a lot of mats while rotating from this side to this side, this side to this side, this side to this side. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna stay on the edge. You're gonna keep moving on the edges. If you want to find a refresh, by the way. So you're gonna find a refresh on the edges, or if not, you can just stay on the edge, find the players that are rotating from this side. This side was congested, this side was congested, right? Let's suppose this side was congested because we already assumed when we were rotating from here that this side is congested, and you have to make a rotation all the way here. So players are gonna move into the zone, and you're gonna have a good angle on them. So you can actually beam them, and once they get into the zone near you and box up, you can actually box fight them and kill them for the refresh. Okay, suppose you got a refresh, you got mats, and you're really far away. You took a lot of time, and now the zone has started, and you have to move all the way far into the zone. Players are rotating all the way from here, this side, near you, and you don't really have a choice because you cannot round off the zone because it's gonna take too much time, and the zone is already pulling. So what you can do in this situation, so in this type of situation when you cannot make a rotation from all the way edges or like the dead sides and players are all around you, you can actually follow the builds and the paths of the players. Let's say you see a player right here near this spot. He's rotating. He's based up right here and you were based up right here. You see him rotating, you just gonna edit this out. You're gonna follow his path, not like right behind him he could see you, but like you gotta follow his footsteps. And when he's inside zone, you gotta change your path. Then you can move here, you can move here, you can move in any direction. Just follow his step until he reaches into the zone. Once he's zone, you can move into different directions. So this is how you make smart rotates in end games or maybe early games, in different circles. So, and the refresh thing, always try to get a refresh once you're on the outside of the zone. Try to beam other players, and then once they're inside the zone, you can actually box fight them or maybe push them. So this is how you take refreshes. You get my points?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So basically now you get the overall idea on how to make smart rotations into the circles, right? Perfect.
That I won't be going in it blind. I know what should I look for. So I got no. I can calculate the non-populated side, so I can rotate to them.
Okay, now let's just take a little test of you.
Okay.
You landed here, and the circle is pulling here, but these sides are actually very contested. Also, this side, you saw a lot of players landing here, and you have to make a rotation. How will you do that?
So Hopeful Heights is congested, right? Mass Meadow is congested. And across the map, what's that? Is Seaport? Okay, that's congested too. Oh, so it depends. Oh no.
Okay, so
that'll be too open.
This type of situation, what you can do is you can make early rotation. If you get all the loot real quick, you can just instantly start rotating towards the zone, so that these players are already near the circle and these players are also already near the circle. The only thing you have to worry about is the players from Hopeful Heights, and you already know that they can rotate from either this direction or they can round off from here. So this side is gonna be way too much free for you, so you can always keep a check when you can rotate straight into zone instead of taking all the ways from that side. Like this is the death side basically, because this will have the least amount of players. Okay, so let's suppose you get in, you're right here, you're sitting right here, maybe you moved a little bit here, and then the zone pulls right about here, all the way you're here, and the zone is right here. How are you gonna make this rotation? And also tell me your different way how you analyze this whole map and how you analyze this whole situation. Also these back players as well and your position as well.
Yeah,
because you rotated early. All right, let's go.
so if I rotated early, I still gonna have to worry about the people in Mass Meadows and people that's rotating from Seaport. So I rotate. I want to rotate around that mountain. How I'm gonna do this? Let me see. How would I do that? I'll keep rotating straight. And I say I have less mats, or I got all my mats.
You can form the mass in the way because this is all a lot of rotation.
Okay. I say I rotate straight to zone. I probably got to worry about people in Crime City or El Cannon, because that's basically Cannon Crossing and Crime City. I know they're gonna be rotated to zone, so I got to worry about them.
Okay, the first rotation you did is from Kappa Kappa all the way in straight into the zone. Then the next one pulled all the way here. There's gonna be people on these named locations, also in these like small houses all the way here and these places. So what you can do is you can actually stay on like the cliff sides. These cliff sides are very good cover for players. So you can actually rotate from these cliff sides all the way here, and these are also like actually little cliffs. Then you can keep following these cliff sides all the way here, keep following these cliff sides all the way around, and all the way move into the zone like from in the middle. Or you can actually do something else. You can actually move all the way from outside the zone into like this place. Like this place, maybe wait here for a bit, like this place, and wait for the zone. Like try to sit in like a intersection of the two zones when it's like a half and half zone. You already know that this last zone was in that direction and the next one is in direction, so like always try to stay on the land and like in the middle. Okay, let's suppose you made your rotation from the cliff sides all the way rounding off this, and you are all the way here, and the next zone is about right here. How are you gonna make this rotation
from that little spot? You can zoom in a little bit.
Yep.
You zoom in a little bit more. Oh, that's cliffs right there from that spot. I'll take the left side of that cliff right there. And, I'll try to rotate the edges on. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
That's a perfect rotation because you know this side is already uncontested and this side is free. You got the edge of the zone, you can just rotate straight in. Good. Okay, now I'm gonna make it a little difficult for you. Okay, make it a little smaller. Okay, this is the circle. You're right here. All right. Let's suppose you could be even right here. But
All right.
there are people fighting right here, people fighting right in this direction as well. And the only path you have is like this center. It's like a very small path. How are you gonna make this rotate?
Oh, so people here, people body cliff. Only way I could take is the road. I don't know. I can't even say I'll follow under somebody's belt.
We already talked about it very early on.
Yeah.
You did make one of these rotates in actually this test. You have to remember how you did it. It's very easy.
Oh,
You see this
you know,
bridge, right?
yeah.
So you know people are there, and then people are there. But like I didn't say that there are people right here. And this is a cliff.
Oh,
Take the cover of the cliff and rotate straight into the zone.
I thought you said it was people right there. That would mess me up.
Oh yeah, I said there were people right here, and then there were people right here. And you have to make rotation. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and make a circle here. You're right here, and you have to rotate all the way here. But this entire side is contested. How are you gonna make this rotate?
So I'm on the other island where the cliff at.
Yep, right there or maybe right.
And I gotta rotate, but the whole edge of the zone is congested. Okay. I say try to rotate on the right.
Let's say you move here a bit, and there's still a lot of players right here. What you gonna do? Let's say you moved close to the zone.
Here.
You're right here. You just moved into the zone and you're just chilling for a bit and you're waiting. And what you're gonna do next when you're right here? And there's people right in front of you. You have to go all the way up here, all the way up this hill. But going up, there's a lot of players here. What you gonna do?
Rotate the back side of the cliff.
How? This is all water, and this is the outside of zone.
Oh, damn. I guess rotate under their belts.
Yes, sir. So the thing is, you have to follow the player like that is rotating ahead of you, and once it's inside zone, you have to change your direction. Then you can go deeper into the zone. You know that player will catch attention of the other players, but you know those players are gonna stay focused on him, and once it's settled into zone, you can move all the way ahead of him, or like may change your direction so that because he's getting focused, he rotated first. So you have to keep that pressure on him instead of taking it on yourself. If you keep going in that direction, even if inside the zone, then the players that are shooting him are also going to shoot you. You follow his steps, you get near him into the zone. If he's in the zone, and from here you can change your direction. You can go all the way here into the zone.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, now let's just delete this. You're right here, okay? Zone pools here. And this side is, the straight side is free, but like on this side and this side, very close to each other. There's a lot of players, and those players that you're seeing, they're actually looking at players because they're inside zone. They got zone. What are you gonna do in this situation?
Two edges. You can zoom in a little bit.
This is very easy, extremely easy. I'm sure you're gonna get it.
So I'm here, but the two you said two is free.
Yep, center is free. But like there's center is very close to people that are camping the edge of the zone, and they got zone so that they're looking as well.
Is there a way I can rotate to this hill on your crosshair?
Well, you can actually rotate from either this side or this side. That depends on the congestion of the sides, you know. So what you can do, because you got the center of the zone and there's a lot of time until the zone closes in, you can actually rotate from either this side or this side, and ignoring this free side because you're gonna get sprayed and focused by the entire lobby if you're rotating from here. You're gonna go all the way edge zone because you know the players are camping here, and if you stay on edge zone, you can move into the circle all the way here, or maybe all the way here, or maybe all the way here, without getting noticed. You can base up, chill here for a bit. Always remember to stay on edge. Don't go deep into the zone. You're gonna get focused while moving in. You're gonna have to move a lot more than usual, and it's gonna become very difficult for you to get picks in the center zone. Once you're in the edge of the zone, you can catch up players rotating from outside zone and put some damage on them and then push them. Okay, you made this rotation, and this is the final half and half. How are you gonna make this rotation? You're right here, and these players that were right here, they are far away from the zone now. You're closer to the zone, and what you're gonna do now?
I just rotate early
Yes, sir. You can rotate early.
down the edge.
You can stay on the edge, and then you can look back, and you can get
Yeah.
those kills and refreshes. All right, perfect. I think that gives you the idea of how to make smarter rotations in circles.